Sally on Facebook says Trump is nothing but a Hitler in orange face paint. Let me tell you why I'm okay with this comparison. One, because he's a fascist. Let's just make it clear. Donald Trump is a fascist. And he has targeted everyone who is not. He sees two Americas. The Americans who serve him and those who don't. If you will serve and worship Donald Trump, he loves you publicly. In private, he thinks you're disgusting and he doesn't want to shake your hand and he's happy that COVID is here because he doesn't want to shake your hand. You saw that clip. I think it was Olivia Joy. I forgot her last name, but Olivia, who used to work for Mike Pence, said that she overheard him herself say that he thought his supporters were disgusting. So publicly, he's going to love you. Privately, he thinks you're disgusting, but nevertheless, he's a fascist. So that's why I have no problem comparing him to the biggest fascist in history, which is Adolf Hitler. Here's a second reason. We're performing hysterectomies, forced hysterectomies in ICE detention centers. Okay? We are committing human rights violations against immigrants, against asylum seekers. And what happened in the Holocaust did not start the way it ended. I think that's one of the most important things to point out. Like, people wait until you see concentration camps full of emaciated bodies and mass graves to label Donald Trump as a fascist. And I'm sorry, but I know a prelude to a war crime and to a human rights crime when I see one. And the prelude started 4 years ago when he got the entirety of his coalition to point all of their hatred towards immigrants and Muslims. That was a prelude. And then when he did the Muslim ban, that was a prelude. And now we're in the full-blown big stages of human rights violations with these forced hysterectomies. And so for people who are like, I don't really know if we can call him a fascist or not, what are you waiting on? You're waiting on actual concentration camps with emaciated bodies and mass graves? Because then, in my opinion, then you've been complicit with it. You got to have some foresight, enough foresight to see a prelude to a disaster instead of waiting and say, oh, well, is it technically a mass grave? There's 49 bodies in there and a real mass grave is 50 bodies. And I'm saying this because I run into that all the time, and I know you do too. You run into people all the time, say, oh, stop calling him Hitler. He's not Hitler. Are you going to wait for him to become a full-blown Hitler to oppose him as if he was? Because everything that he's doing points to that.